Hello, and it looks like we are live. Welcome to the Get Control of Your Time workshop. I'm going to take a few minutes to let everyone file in and get settled. All right, so it looks like we've already got a good amount of people in. Hello, everybody. While we're waiting, do you want to go ahead and pop into the chat and chime in? Where are you from? Where are you logging in from today? Hey, Sharon from North Carolina. I'm logging in from Champaign, Illinois, which if you are not familiar, then it is about 2 hours south of Chicago. So, hello, Jamie from Kentucky, Marie from France. Woo, everyone's coming in. Carrie with the black screen, go ahead and it should give you a second. It might just be a bit of a delay. Go ahead and give it a moment before you try anything. And then there should be a reconnect button from down below. So if you ever lose control of, or you lose the signal, you should be able to click it there and get the signal back. So hello, Isabel from Canada. It says I have to watch it from YouTube and cannot watch it from Webinar Jam. Well, I confess this is my first time using Webinar Jam, so click on the link. It takes you to YouTube Live. Thank you, Becca. Hello, everybody. I'm hearing a couple people say that it's asking you to go to YouTube. Go ahead and it should take you to YouTube Live. You should be able to watch it from there. I'll look into that really quick while we're spooling up and waiting for everyone to get settled in. But like I said, or like I was starting to say a second ago, if you do lose the signal or anything and you are struggling to get the audio, you're struggling to get the video, anything like that, it definitely helps if you cut down on any unnecessary tabs in the background. Like if you have a Facebook tab open or something, go ahead and just, go ahead and close those. You'll get a better, smoother connection if you're putting less stress on your connection. If you have any downloads going, probably go ahead and pause those. I'm hearing people say that when you go to YouTube, it works. I'm sorry about these technical difficulties. This is the first time I am using Webinar Jam, and this is a new experience for me. So I appreciate you all being patient as we figure it out. Marianne, thank you. She says that it's fine on YouTube. You have two windows open, one with the chat and one with YouTube, so you can watch and chat. So if anyone's having any issues with that, go ahead and give that a shot. Hello, Kanchi from India. Hello. Can everyone hear me okay? Can someone sign off or sound off and let me know if you can hear my voice all right? Hello, Nira from Croatia. Sounds fine? Yep, just to repeat, I know that the YouTube thing's a little bit weird. I'm sorry about that, but go ahead and go ahead and open the YouTube link if it's prompting you to do so. And sorry about that. I'm trying to catch all of the comments as they're coming by. Go ahead and keep two tabs open if you're being redirected to YouTube. You should be able to chat on the Webinar Jam tab and be able to watch on the YouTube one. So that should be great. Everyone, I apologize for that confusion. I know that's a little bit weird, but and yes, I believe Mary, yes, there will be a way to watch this later. There's going to be a replay of this webinar for 48 hours. So if you can't stick around the whole time, it is totally fine. You can catch it later and still enjoy it. So, all right. Everyone can sort of see this, hear this okay? Are you seeing the first slide, take control of your time, the blue screen there? I know there's a little bit of a delay, so if you're having any issues with that, then that would be why. If you're seeing a presenter will be on in a moment, it should be fine, so it should be just a second. Oh, I'm sorry you can't stay, Mary. All right, well, I hope you can catch the replay and enjoy it later. I'm sorry you have to go to work. All right, So everyone is saying that we're seeing this. All right, I think we are ready to go ahead and begin. You guys excited? I'm pretty excited. This is my first time using this software. This is actually the very first day that I am launching my new e-course, Uninstalling Procrastination. So it's a really exciting day for me. And I also just got done moving, and it's just the beginning of a new month. It's just a really super exciting time for me, and I have lots of energy and lots of optimism, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take this and make this awesome. So let us go ahead and jump in. All right. So hello, everyone. Again, if you know me or if you are new to me as a person, as a blogger, my name is Shelby, and I run the site littlecoffeefox.com. It's a pleasure to have you here. I actually just hit my first year just yesterday, I believe, my first year of blogging full time. So this is very exciting. Mariel, yes, there will be a replay for 48 hours. Fiona, what do you search on YouTube? You can't see a YouTube link on your screen. Can you see the presentation? Sorry about this confusion. I know this is a little bit weird. I'm not used to Webinar Jam yet, so there's going to be a second of getting used to it. So there should be a reconnect screen on the bottom. You should be able to hit that and sort of reboot your connection and give that a shot, see if that works. And if you are, yes, if there's a button at the bottom that says reconnect, click that. Thank you, Audrey. Okay, sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. If anyone else is having any issues, I'll go ahead and keep the chat open, and I'll try to answer those as we go. All right. So you all came here today because you want to get 30 more minutes out of your day. And I know from personal experience that being super busy all the time sucks. I've always felt like there's never enough time in a day. And I felt like that since forever, since when I was in high school and I had clubs and assignments and homework and social friend circles and stuff and all of that. Never enough time in the day for all of it. I felt like that whenever I was in college, both just regularly during the normal time of just the semester and during finals time especially. There just never was enough time. I even felt like that whenever I was underemployed with 2 crappy part-time jobs. I didn't even have my whole day filled with like jobs or anything. I just had these 2 sort of not so great jobs, and I had plenty of free time, but I never felt like there was enough time. It never felt like I could actually get everything done. And I still feel like that whenever, I'm running my own business right now. I'm running it full time, and every day it just kind of flies by, and it's frustrating. I'm always asking myself, where does the time go? And I'm sure you all can relate to that. And it's easy whenever you get like that, whenever it feels like there's never enough time in the day. It's easy to start saying, I don't have time for starting a new hobby. I don't have time for cleaning. I don't have time to read my favorite book. I don't have time to take care of myself and, exercise or eat healthy. I don't have time to just chill out and relax. I don't have time to work towards these big picture goals. And when I say big picture goals, I mean those things that you want to achieve in your lifetime, the things that you want to work towards as a person. And it always feels like that's going to have to wait until another day. It doesn't feel like you can really devote the time to it right now because there's more pressing issues. So in this workshop, we're going to tackle that. We're going to learn how to identify what is holding you back, going to reduce or completely cut down time suckers, and I'll explain what that is in just a moment. Going to learn how to be more effective with the 24 hours that you do have. Going to learn to manage your responsibilities more effectively and learn how to make time for yourself. So I just want to say this right off the bat. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all have the same block of time. The most productive people and the people who struggle with running out of time every day. We all have that same amount of time. And we all procrastinate to some degree, even those people who are crazy productive. everyone procrastinates to some extent. That means that everyone, you, me, every single person, even the most high-functioning, productive CEO, everyone has some unlocked potential. But first things first, you need to identify your time suckers. And when I say time suckers, I mean procrastination tools. The things that you use to procrastinate, the activities that you do when you procrastinate. Sorry, I'm looking over. It looks like we're still having some YouTube confusion, some Webinar Jam confusion. Sorry about that. We're going to keep on pushing forward. If you have any issues, there's a link that you should be able to click that will take you to the chat in a different window. So, procrastination tools, time suckers. When I talk about that, I mean that basically whatever activity that you tend to gravitate to whenever you should be doing something else, whenever you really don't want to be doing something else. And everyone has several in their life that just don't, they don't really go away. They're just always there. And everyone has sort of some of the same. We all share these sort of time suckers, and everyone has their own specific favorites. Terry, yes, there will be a replay for 48 hours. So if you're honest with yourself, you really ought to know which ones they are in your life. You should know what they are when they pop up. And you should know what they are when they pop up. And I'm sorry, Fiona, I just caught you over there. And you should be able to get a replay of this whenever this is all said and done. So my apologies. Your time suckers, you should know what they are. They should pop right into your head whenever you think about the things you do when you procrastinate. And it's usually, for me anyway, and for a lot of people, it's usually something based in or around your phone or your digital devices. And when you name them and you think about them as what they are, as time suckers, then you can reduce their hold over you. You can reduce how they have an effect over you. And it's just one of those things that it's easy to sort of just glaze over it whenever you participate in these activities. But whenever you stop and address them as what they are, then it's a lot easier to catch yourself when you are participating in messing around on your phone or whatever. It's a lot easier to realize, oh, this is a procrastination tool. And it's a lot easier to snap out of it and move forward and put it down. So some common time suckers that most people run into. Social media, and I'm not talking about Facebook, I'm talking about Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, things like that. I'm talking about, there's a ton more out there. I don't know if you would count dating sites, but I know a lot of people like to swipe through those whenever they're bored and they don't really want to be doing something that they should be doing. There's content websites like Reddit, BuzzFeed, YouTube. I know that YouTube is one of those places you can fall down that rabbit hole for hours. There are mobile games, and I'm talking about Candy Crush specifically. I know that one had its claws in me for a while, or Panda Pop, or just any of those sort of mindless, addicting games that don't really do anything. There's no plot line. There's no nothing. It's just colorful screens and colorful images and repetitive movements. There's Netflix, which, again, you can kind of fall into that one for a very, very long time. And just, it's that because of Netflix, the term binge watching has become common. People know what binge watching is as a part of our normal vocabulary now, because it just, you can accidentally watch an entire season of something without even thinking about it. It's crazy how well they have tailored that service to just suck you in and keep you busy for literally hours. There's video games, and that can be anything from like handheld games like on your phone, or maybe a DS, or even just video games on your computer or your consoles. It's really whatever. But I know some people definitely will sit down saying, oh, okay, I'll only play for 30 minutes and 4 hours go by. There you go. You didn't do whatever you were supposed to be doing. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your chores, whatever. And then there's also planners. Planners can definitely be a time sucker. I've heard a lot of people in the planning community, in the organization community, who say that they struggle with sitting down and spending hours creating all of these elaborate plans and spreads and designs and everything, and then they never follow through. They never act on these things. They never do anything with it. And it's frustrating because they know that the planner is productive. It can be productive, but for them, it ends up becoming a time sucker, becomes a procrastination tool. So go ahead and let me know what in the chat, what are some of your time suckers that really get your goat? For me, it's Instagram. It used to be Reddit for the longest time, but I finally kicked Reddit. And now it's Instagram. If I should be doing something else, I gravitate to Instagram and I start going through that discover function and hit a bunch of stuff there. And it's a great way to not get stuff done. So what is it for you? Go ahead and comment. Zillow. You like looking at realty? I don't blame you. Whenever I'm looking for a new place, whenever I'm sick of my apartment, I like to go and look around and see all the beautiful places that I can never afford. Netflix. I hear you, Carissa. Yep, your bullet journal is a time sucker. It can be. It really can. You can get lost in those pages. Etsy window shopping, Laura? Yeah, I don't blame you one bit. There's so much eye candy on Etsy. Emma, TV generally, yep. I don't have cable anymore, but I sure know whenever I visit my in-laws, they have the TV going, and I could just accidentally, especially when they have HGTV on, I could just watch House Hunters for like 4 hours. Looking for vacations? I like your style, Elise. Yes, okay. Diane, Urban Decay photography. That is specific, but right on. All right, I get you there. I get it. Urban Decay is my makeup of choice. Pinterest. Yes, Sage, definitely. It is a never-ending supply of content. Definitely, for sure. All right, yep, you guys get it. A lot of these are digital. A lot of these are phone stuff. A lot of these are computer stuff. So it's definitely easy to get sucked into it. Gemma, daydreaming. That's one, I don't know if I have any advice for you. That one's, oh, sorry, Diane, Urban Decay. Urban Decay is I think of Urban Decay and I think of makeup. It's my favorite makeup palettes. But yeah, Lost and Forgotten Places. That is beautiful photography. I can definitely see why you get lost in that. All right. So you might think that all of these digital things, you might think that maybe that's not you, that it's not that bad. You don't use your phone that much. It's hardly a problem. It can't be that big of a deal, right? Well, the truth is people use their phone twice as much as they think they do. Twice as much. Double. That is insane. It's so easy to underestimate it because we check our phones constantly throughout the day for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, just little tiny bits of time, but added up, it is an enormous amount of time. A recent study found that the average person uses their phone for 145 minutes every day. That's over 2.5 hours, by the way, and opens their phone at least 76 times a day. That is absolutely insane. 2.5 hours. That is, if you could just get your phone usage, if you're an average user or if you're an excessive user, if you're above average, if you can just take your phone usage level down a notch, you can get 30 minutes a day just right there. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. If you're ever thinking, I don't ever have enough time, I don't have time to work on anything that I want to work on, think about how often you spend on your phone. How much time do you spend in between, in between tasks where you just pull up your phone and you scroll for 5 minutes? If you could just quit doing that a little bit and add that time together, you could gain a significant chunk of your day just right there. So something you can do, and this is something that I have done, and it's incredibly effective. Delete the apps off of your phone and use a computer instead. So I'm not suggesting that you completely ditch Facebook. I'm not saying you should ditch Twitter. I'm not saying you should cut Pinterest entirely. I'm not saying you should never go back to those sites. You should just quit them cold turkey. But something you can do to reduce the amount of time that you spend on these things is to just get rid of the app on your phone. Make it a little bit harder to get to. It doesn't have to be in your pocket 100% of the time. It doesn't have to be completely accessible 24/7. I know that I have deleted Facebook. I deleted Reddit. I didn't delete Pinterest, but that's because I stopped using it, I guess. I don't know. I fell out of favor for it. But I've deleted so many of these things, and now I only go on my computer whenever I want to go visit them. And in fact, I only deleted my Facebook app maybe a month ago. I don't actually remember because it was so not a big deal. Like whenever I deleted it, I thought it was going to be some big deal. It took this a massive amount of courage, but then I did it. I haven't missed it. I haven't even thought about it, honestly. I've gone on Facebook like 3 times since then. I've updated a couple of statuses here and there. Because I've been moving and things have been changing, and I'm more than anything, I'm wanting to just do that so my time hop will remind me later. But I haven't been missing it. You think that you're going to miss it, but just get rid of it for a bit. And you'll find, I think, that it's not that big of a deal. You're not going to miss it. You're still going to have access to it. And if worst comes to worst, if you truly miss it, if you wish that you could have it back, if you think that you really do need it in your life for whatever reason, you can always install it again later. It's not like you're completely getting rid of it forever and it's a permanent step. So you can definitely do that and give it a shot. I bet you will find that you will have much more time in your day. And you might even want to consider deleting your email app. Oh, Fiona, I'm so glad you got in. I'm sorry about that issue. I'm really glad you can make it though. Hello, Fiona, welcome. But yes, delete your email app. If you are someone who gets a lot of emails or you constantly are checking your emails, you don't actually have to see them every single time they come in. Just check your email like twice a day. Have it set in your schedule where you check your email and respond to your emails twice a day, like once first thing in the morning and once before you leave work. And most of the time, barring a couple of very important emails, that will do the trick. You really don't need to have that constantly pinging you on your phone. And then if you post on Instagram's a bit tricky because you have to use your phone, so you can't really delete it. Go ahead and keep it, but try really hard to only post on your phone and then just scroll and check out other posts and stuff via your computer. So it's a little bit easier to control that time. All right. So if your time sucker is your planner, then it's a little bit trickier because it's not as easy as just, setting it down, because your planner it still has the potential to be an organization system. It doesn't have to be a time sucker. You just have to manage it. So set yourself a limit, either for time or pages, whatever you think would be better for you. So instead of sitting down and creating this very elaborate spread, set an alarm on your phone for 20 minutes and do what you can in those 20 minutes and hold to it. And you'll find that you're going to be able to just knock it out a lot faster and not dilly-dally on it. Or the same goes for pages. If you're someone who uses pages as, I don't know, you go for 5 pages or something, maybe for journal writing or something, limit it to just a couple of pages and just set yourself a limit. And that will do wonders for keeping you from accidentally going overboard and working on it for much longer than you need. Something else that will help is creating a morning ritual where you check it. And I mean, like, you wake up and you have a regular morning routine, and first thing you do is check your planner and see what you have to do, see what you need to do in the future, write everything down that you need to get done for the day, then only check it 2 more times. Again, setting an alarm on your phone or a notification on your digital schedule or something to remind you to check your planner again, maybe 2 more times, like once at lunch or right after lunch, and then once at the end of work or the end of your day, whichever you'd prefer. That way you don't accidentally spend a ton of time working on your planner, and you can just really hit it and get the most efficiency out of your planner without committing a lot of time to it. So another thing that you can do to get more time out of your day is to get up earlier. We tend to leave a lot of time on the table by simply sleeping in and not getting up earlier than we do. And I say that knowing that I was someone for the longest time who I would get up like half an hour before I had to get out the door. And it's not a great way to go. I would sleep as much as I possibly could because sleep was so precious, and I felt like I had to just get every single minute. But waking up earlier can be exactly what you need for goal work, for your big goals. And I'm saying, like, maybe not for like chores. Of course you can. You can get up and knock out a couple chores. More power to you. But I find especially those first 30 minutes or so, that first hour, is a great time to work on stuff that you wouldn't normally work on throughout your day, stuff that's not immediately, there's not a deadline looming or anything like that. It's goal work. Like if you're wanting to get healthy, you exercise first thing in the morning. If you're wanting to write a novel, write for 30 minutes in the morning. And the reason you do this is because it's so easy to, whenever you're saying, okay, I'll work on my novel at the end of the day, I'll work on my novel after dinner. It's so easy to say, oh, I'm tired, or oh, I don't have time, or oh, other excuses, and then not get it done, push it to the next day, rinse and repeat. But if you do it first thing in the morning, even if it's only for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you can chip away at that bit by bit and really bring it into your life in a meaningful way. So I know that getting up early is not something that you want to hear. I know most people groan at the idea of, oh, getting up early. We've all heard that tired advice, but let me tell you what it did for me. Like I said, I was never someone who got up early. I always waited until the last possible minute. I got out of bed and I scrambled to get my clothes on and get out the door. And that was fine. I mean, I got everywhere I needed to be. I never missed classes or anything like that, but it was stressful. It wasn't great. You start the day on a rushed note, and then the rest of the day kind of feels like rushed. It never feels settled. It never feels calm. And whenever I started getting up early, and I'm saying like this is a very recent thing. It's something I've been trying to do on and off for years, but I finally got it to stick earlier this summer, where I got a new alarm clock and I started getting up earlier, about an hour and a half earlier. And it was incredible. It was amazing. It was the first time that I started getting up early on a regular basis. And at the exact same time, I also started running. I've been running for about 2 months now. And I don't hate running. I thought I hated running, and now I've started it, and I actually don't mind it. It's actually a great way to exercise. Get up in the morning and run. And I've started taking the dog to the dog park more often, right there in the morning when it's nice and cool. And I've just generally been starting my day with a lot more peace, a lot more energy. I've been starting with a better idea of what I need to get done, how I'm going to get it done. It's been great for my mental state, and it's been great for my physical body as well. And I was a night owl forever. I thought I could never be a morning person, but now I absolutely love it. And it was incredible how quickly my body adapted to it. Once I finally committed, I started actually waking up and feeling refreshed. It wasn't I'm not like yanking myself out of bed now. Still, after all this time, my body adjusted and accepted it, and now I'm a morning person, and it's been great for my productivity. So I would definitely consider it. I will say a caveat. I know that some people do get up very early already. I know some people get up at like 5 a.m. for their jobs or for whatever. And if you do, I'm not telling you to get up earlier. I understand that that's not advice for everybody, but I do know that there are a lot of people who, like me, slept in as long as they physically could and then scrambled out the door. So you know who you are. You know who needs that advice. So definitely give it a shot if you haven't already. So a few things that can help, a few small changes that you can make to help you get up earlier. Buy a gentle wake-up alarm. Don't get one of those horrible alarms that goes wah, 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 and like screams you out of bed and launches you out of a sleep cycle. Those are awful. Get a nice gentle one. I have one. The one that I started using earlier this summer is, I don't remember the brand name, but it's a sunrise alarm. It's very, very gentle. It's got nice sounds on it, and it's got like nature sounds, and it wakes you up slowly. It doesn't just burst onto the scene. It gradually wakes you up, and it's very nice. It's a great way to come out of sleep without feeling harried and gross and scared and anything like that. So a gentle wake-up alarm is definitely a great way to go. Another thing you can do is, along that same line, stop using your phone as an alarm. Stop using your phone as an alarm. I finally stopped doing it. And granted, I understand that I'm a blogger, so my job is almost entirely on my phone. Like there's Facebook, well, not anymore, but there are all these notifications for all these different social medias. I would get a bunch of emails in the night, and I would wake up and I would turn off my alarm, and it would just be immediately, I would throw myself into work because there were notifications and I felt like I had to check them even though I was half asleep. Not a good idea. Stressful, not great to answer comments whenever you're half asleep. Just generally a bad idea. But it's just not a good way to go. And also, with your phone, it's so much easier to snooze. And maybe it's also just because my new alarm is mysterious and I'm still not sure how it works. I don't know how the snooze button works. So when the alarm goes off, that's it. I have to wake up or else that's it. If I sleep in, then I'm screwed. So that definitely helps. Not snoozing, not having the option to snooze is phenomenal. So I would definitely suggest just charge your phone in a different room. Whenever you charge it at night, put it in the living room, put it in the bathroom, put it out of your bedroom and completely get it out of sight, because it's so easy to just grab that and start scrolling before you get out of bed, start checking all of your social media and stuff. That's not a great way to get ready in the morning. That's not a great way to enter the day. So ditch your phone for that situation. Just have a phoneless first 30 minutes or so. Something else you can do. You can prepare yourself the night before so it requires less effort to get ready in the morning. Things like getting the coffee pot ready, so all you have to do is press the button, picking out your outfit and laying it out, getting your purse together or your keys ready or whatever, just getting things ready so you don't have to make a lot of decisions. You don't have to hunt down a bunch of different things. You can just do it. Just get up and just kind of glide through the motions. It'll make it so much easier. And then actually get enough sleep. Don't try to, you're not going to be super productive if you're only getting 5 hours of sleep a night. Just try to get enough sleep. Get to bed earlier. And another thing you can do is stop using your phone as you go to sleep at night. Don't bring your phone into your room and scroll for 45 minutes or play Candy Crush for 45 minutes before you go to sleep. You'll definitely feel better just leaving your phone in the other room. I know I'm harping on about this, but I feel really strongly, and this was really a key thing for me. Whenever I got the new alarm and I got rid of the phone in the bedroom, sleeping has been easier, falling asleep has been easier, waking up has been easier. The whole thing has been monumentally easier. So just get enough sleep, get rid of your phone, get a good alarm clock. It will do wonders. All right, so mornings aside, another thing that you can do to try to get more time out of your day is to utilize microbubbles. Well, what are microbubbles? Microbubbles are those tiny bits of time that we tend to overlook that are between 5 and 15 minutes long. These little bits of time can be sort of in the nooks and crannies of our schedule, and they're easy to not notice, but they happen. Everyone has them. So some examples of microbubbles: waiting for the elevator, the time between 2 different meetings, waiting to pick your kids up from school, sitting in a waiting room, waiting for something to cook. You might have noticed that there's a bit of a theme with waiting, but we wait a lot on things. Not for very long, but waiting in line at the coffee shop, we tend to spend little bits of time here and there waiting on various things throughout our day. But, those are just, everyone has them. So whenever you run into a microbubble, you have 2 options. You can scroll mindlessly through your phone, or you can utilize that bubble. You can make something happen with that little bubble of time. So what are some things that you can do in those little bubbles? Well, you can respond to a few important emails. You can schedule an appointment, and that one I want to definitely emphasize really only takes like 5 minutes, but that's something that I, in particular, have a tendency to push off for like 3 weeks before I finally settle down and call my doctor and make an appointment. It really doesn't take that long. So definitely a great candidate for a microbubble task. You can tidy up your workspace a little bit. You can clean the toilet or do any other small chore. Just clean the counter in the kitchen, maybe do a couple dishes, maybe throw a load of laundry in. Those are great things that you can do to just upkeep your home or upkeep your workspace or whatever it is you're doing. Really quick, doesn't take very long. You can write down goals for the week. You can write a few entries in your gratitude log. You can do some goal work like that. There's definitely some great stuff to do with microbubbles. You can, sorry, my dog just barked in the background. So microbubbles are definitely very important, and you should definitely keep an eye out for those throughout your day and use them. Don't let them pass. If you add them all together, then they're definitely at least 30 minutes, maybe not at least 30 minutes every day, depending on who you are, but they're going to be at least like 15 minutes every day. And they can be well over 30 minutes. Just add them together and you can get a lot of stuff done. So something else you can do to make more time in your day is to not take on so much in your schedule to begin with. Learn to say no. Sometimes we take on way too much because it's hard to say no to coworkers, to family members, to friends, neighbors, to people around us. We don't like to seem selfish. We don't like to seem mean or greedy with our time. We want to be helpful. We want to be friendly. We want to be neighborly. We want to be liked. And so it's really hard to say no sometimes, even if you really don't want to do it or you really don't have time to do something that someone wants you to do. But if you want to have more time for your goals, if you want to have more time for relaxation, if you want to have more time for whatever, you need to learn how to defend some of your time against unnecessary distractions. You can't take on every single thing. So if you're worried about saying no to people, if you're, say you're sitting at work and you're working on something that has a hard deadline that you have to get done and you're stressing about it and you're working on it, and a coworker comes over and asks you to help them format something or to help you with some technical problem, whatever, and you are worried that you can't say no, that it would be rude, it would be inconsiderate, but you have to get this thing done by a deadline and you're conflicted, you can say no, and you don't have to be rude about it. You can be polite and just hold the line, be firm. So if you are busy, if you don't want to accept responsibility, if you don't have time, simply say, I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that right now. Feel free to explain what it is. You can say I'm working on X, Y, and Z, and that's why I can't help you. Or you don't have to. You can just say, I'm sorry, but I can't help. Come back to me, talk to me in 2 hours, talk to me tomorrow. Just push it off if you want. And it can be really easy. Most people will be pretty accepting of that. They'll just be like, oh, okay, I'll come back later. Not a big deal. And it's totally okay. If you're in a situation like that, you don't have to take on every single task. If it's your boss, it's a little bit different. I understand that, if it's your employer, you can't just say, go away. But there are some things you can do to help keep that the same dynamic. You can still make it so that you don't have to try to do everything. You don't have to put everything on your plate all at once. So if it is your boss and your boss is trying to explain, what you need to do, this task needs to be done, even if you already have a whole bunch of stuff that you need to do, just listen as they explain the task. Then show your boss your current task list. It definitely helps to have this list written down. Show them the list and ask which thing on that list they would like to get pushed to the bottom of the priorities. It can be polite. You don't have to be rude about it. You can just be like, okay, excuse me, hello. Well, here's what I have to do. What would you like me to put off for now so I could do this new task that you're assigning me? And this will have one of two effects. You either will know what your priority is so that your boss will say, okay, go ahead and don't worry about doing X over here, but instead do Y. That way okay, you don't have to stress about it. You don't have to try to get everything done. You can say, all right, I'll push X off until later and I'll work on Y. Easy peasy. And two, your boss will understand your task load. Sometimes, it's easy to say, go do this, go do that, go do this, without realizing the long list of things that needs to get done. So it just opens that communication. It keeps things honest. It keeps things frank, and it keeps things flowing nicely. Be polite, be honest about it. And hopefully if your boss is not a complete jerk, they should be able to understand that and they should be able to work with you on that. So, don't be afraid to bring it up. You don't have to sit there and sulk through it and be upset. So just take a little bit of control, just be a little bit honest, and you can have some of that time back. The truth is, you just cannot pour from an empty vessel. You have to take care of yourself and your time first, then you can better help your loved ones. If you are constantly stressed, if you are upset because you don't have time to do the things that you want to do, if you don't have time to relax, if you don't have time to do your hobbies, then you're not going to be the best parent. You're not going to be the best spouse. You're not going to be the best employee. You're not going to be the best friend or neighbor. If you're unhappy, then that unhappiness will spill into everything else. But if you are content, if you are happy, if you're fulfilled, that will spill into everything else, and you will be better at being a friend. You'll be nicer. You'll be more optimistic. You'll be great to be around. And it'll be the best thing for everyone. So don't think that you have to constantly sacrifice your wants and desires for other people. So last bit here, the last thing that I really want to drive home is you need to make time for your priorities. there's only so much you can do to sort of squeeze time out of your day. Eventually, you just need to make the time for what you want to do. You have to decide your priorities and make time for them, even if it means you sacrifice something else. If you really, really want to learn how to play the guitar or something, and you already feel like you don't have enough time for it, that you're doing a whole bunch of other stuff, maybe it's time to sacrifice something else that's not as important to you. And maybe that means that maybe you only watch your TV show every other day instead of every day. Or maybe that means that you don't go to a certain club or something, or a social event every week. Maybe that means that you do something where you completely cut maybe a lesser hobby that is not that interesting to you. But you need to make time for the things that you want to do in your life. You deserve that. You deserve to have things that you enjoy. You deserve to be happy and to have time to do the things that you love. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to apologize for it. You don't need to feel bad about it. And you don't need to squeeze it in around other people's desires. You don't need to just wrap your desires around everyone else's convenience, everyone else's schedules. You are allowed to make time for the things that you enjoy. You are allowed, I'm going to say that again, you deserve it, and you are allowed to make time for the things that you enjoy. Life is meant to be lived. So stop waiting until the time is right. Stop waiting for a period of 30 minutes to just arise in your day for you to finally work on that passion of yours. Go and make the time. Nothing will ever be perfect, so just do your best and make that jump. Whenever I wanted to go full time with my blog just over a year ago, I was terrified. And for months before, I kept saying, I'll quit my job when the time is right. I'll quit my job when the time is right. And eventually I realized that the time was never going to feel right. I could have been making $50,000 a month and the time still wouldn't have felt right because, it's scary. So eventually you just got to do your best to get your ducks in a row, bite the bullet, and do it. Make the time, make it happen, make a decision. It might feel terrifying and selfish, but it's okay to do the things that make you happy. It's okay to make sacrifices for the things that make you feel fulfilled. So, why did you come here today? You came to this workshop today to figure out what eats up your precious time every day and eliminate that thing. You came to learn how to make time for relaxation, your personal goals, and your favorite hobbies. And you came here to learn how to be more productive so you can make the most of your 24 hours. You might be thinking, okay, so these are some great strategies, but how am I going to make this work long term? Well, you have a couple of options. You can spend several years trying to figure out exactly the systems and techniques that you need to implement in your life to change your lifestyle and be more productive. Or you can just copy my strategies and become a productivity superstar in a fraction of the time. And before we go on, I just want to remind you that you absolutely can live a life without procrastination. It is possible. Yes, you, even if you are the worst procrastinator you know, it is possible for you. And you deserve to have a life where you aren't constantly stressed out by time and responsibilities. And finally, I am not special. I didn't come with some special genes that made this possible for me. I'm not different in any way from any of you. I struggled with procrastination, and if I can do it, if I can climb out of that rut and be productive and feel progress, then so can you. And if you are interested in fixing that in your life, if you are interested in changing your life, then let me introduce you to my new e-course, Uninstalling Procrastination. Uninstalling Procrastination is a step-by-step program that shows you exactly what you need to overcome procrastination in your life. In this course, we talk about how to investigate procrastination. To defeat an enemy, you have to understand your enemy. And so we talk about what procrastination truly is, how to identify the exact ways that it's holding you back, and how to overcome its power over you. We'll also learn how to pinpoint priorities, how to figure out exactly what is important to you, and how to harness that for a powerful and deep motivation that pushes you to success. We're going to cover how to plan in this crazy digital age with all of these distractions and all of this chaos all of the time, and show you how you can not only ditch those distractions, but use digital assets to your advantage and with your planning system. But don't worry, it's not all cord cutting and going back to the roots of no internet or anything like that. I obviously love the internet. This is where my job lives. But I will teach you how to coexist with modern comforts like the internet and social media and all of these digital tools without sacrificing your productivity. Then I'm going to show you a ton of skills to build a strong foundation for your new productive lifestyle. I'll teach you how to set goals that you hit over and over again and how you can progress with that. I'll teach you how to develop strong habits that last for years on end. And I'll teach you how to establish the right attitude that you need for a productive and healthy lifestyle. Once we've laid down a foundation for your new productive lifestyle, I'll show you how to take real actionable steps on a daily basis to help you towards success. I'll show you how to fight back with procrastination when it hits you in real time, and I'll show you how to track your progress as you grow over the coming months and years. Finally, we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles, because falling off the wagon does not have to be the end of your progress. You'll learn how to handle common setbacks and get back on your feet without losing ground. So, what comes with the course? Well, there's over 3 hours of video lectures with yours truly. There's the actionable course workbook, which is over 20 pages of worksheets designed to really help drive the point home for each and every module. On top of that, you'll also get a pack of over 70 planner printables. And I'm really excited about this one, you guys, because I designed these specifically for this course. They will not be in my resource library, they won't be on my Etsy shop, they won't be anywhere except for in Uninstalling Procrastination. You'll also get access to the exclusive private Facebook group just for current and past members of Uninstalling Procrastination. This is somewhere where we can talk about your struggles, we can talk about your progress, we can talk about future solutions. It's a great community that is going to be full of like-minded individuals with similar goals, similar struggles, and it's just going to be a great place to talk about this journey. So what you'll get out of this course are the tools to identify your priorities and discover powerful motivation. You'll get tactics to make more time every single day and to make each day more meaningful. You'll also gain confidence in your ability to set and achieve your goals. If you buy now, you'll also get access to the Uninstalling Procrastination email course that will help you take the course bit by bit and bite by bite and help you digest it so that you really get the maximum impact, so you really absorb it. And that is a $129 value that you will get for free. You'll also get a printable pack of 42 inspirational phrases and quotes in 3 different printing sizes, so you can easily print them out, put them in a frame, put them over your desk, put them somewhere that is meaningful to you to really help you stay inspired and beautify your workspace. This is a $197 value that you will get for free if you buy now. You'll also get the Build Your Perfect Schedule worksheet pack. This is a set of worksheets that is designed specifically to help you identify what you are doing in your current schedule and how you can adapt your schedule to meet your goals, to meet your hobbies and your passions, and to make time for all the things that you love. This is a $49 value, but remember, this is only available if you buy now. And if you buy this course, you will have lifetime access to all current and future content. That means that if I add any new modules, any new worksheets, any new content whatsoever, you have access to that instantly. Now this bonus is one that I am really psyched to share with you, because the first 10 people who buy the course will get a 30-minute free consultation with me about their journey to success, their journey to productivity. You can ask any questions you want, we can talk strategies, we can talk about your progress, whatever you need. This is a $125 value. If you total all of that up, that is $500 in bonuses. You can lock down all of that course content and those bonuses if you order today for only $79. If you do want to get in on this, you have 2 options. You can pay with a one-time purchase of $297, or you can spread it out over 4 months with monthly payments of $79. It's whatever one works best for you. I just wanted to make sure that you had options so that you can make it work with your budget. Okay. So if you are excited, if you're pumped, if you want to get in on Uninstalling Procrastination, then here's what you need to do. There's going to be an image that pops up on your screen When you see that, just hit the Enroll Now button, and that should take you exactly where you need to go. And if you're on the fence, if you're not sure if this course is right for you, if you're not sure about any of it, but you're interested, then I want to encourage you to take the leap, because I have a 30-day money-back guarantee policy. That means that if you decide on day 29 that you don't like it, it doesn't work for you, and it was a complete waste of your time, then send me an email, let me know, and I will be more than happy to give your money back, because I do not want to hold on to your hard-earned cash if you don't absolutely love it. I just want to make sure that you have peace of mind, because I know this is a big decision. I know this is a big chance to take, and it's a little bit scary. So I want to take away as much of that fear as possible. If it doesn't work for you, then I totally understand. Not everything works for everybody. Not everything is a perfect fit. So just let me know. Give me a heads up, and you will get your money back. Don't worry about it. So if you want to set realistic goals that you can actually achieve, if you want to build good habits with less effort, if you want to have time to put towards your hobbies and passions, if you want to finally stop procrastinating every single day, then join me and uninstall your procrastination. It is worth mentioning that this is a... Oh, can we hear me okay? Can we hear me okay? I'm sorry, my microphone seems to have gone and turned itself off. My microphone has decided to just not transmit it to me anymore, so sorry about that. It decided to change its mind. Sorry. But can't be a webinar without technical difficulties, of course. But I hope that you enjoyed this workshop about time management and about getting more time out of your day. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and I hope that you'll consider looking into uninstalling procrastination. This is a course that I've worked very hard on, and this pre-order is definitely something that I think you'll love. It's full of bonuses, it's full of awesome content, and this course will go live on August 17th. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, you have some time to decide. But there you go. And let's go ahead and open it up for Q&A. I understand that we have two different tabs. We have the YouTube one, and then we have the Webinar Jam one. Not sure why it did that, but let's go ahead and jump around. So if you have any questions, if you have anything at all that you want to ask me about this, then let me know. Write it in the chat and give me a shot. Judy asked, what if we decide to buy after today? Well, you absolutely can buy anytime. I mean, this course is evergreen, so it's going to be around for a while. But right now is when all of the bonuses are active. If you buy later, then you might not get access to certain bonuses. You might not get access to some of that extra stuff, but you will still get access to the content whenever you want if you want to buy it later. Any other questions? Would Spoonies, Emma asked, would Spoonies, aka people with chronic illnesses, benefit from this course? I think so, definitely. Emma, I know I am not a Spoonie. I do not have any chronic illnesses, and so I am not able to speak from that particular perspective. But that being said, I do think that most, if not all, of the techniques that I discuss in Uninstalling Procrastination would be beneficial for people with chronic illnesses, would be beneficial for people who are trying to overcome that extra obstacle. Because if you can make one of these areas of difficulty a little bit easier, if some of these techniques can just make this path a little bit smoother, I think it can make it smoother for everyone. People who are starting with chronic illnesses as in their current situation, people, I think it definitely can benefit. I think it can benefit everybody. Emma also asked, how long would I have to decide about the course at that price? that price is going to be the same throughout. As far from now until the unidentified future, the price will remain the same, but the bonuses will expire. So if you want to buy it later, that is totally fine. Take your time to decide. But those bonuses will not be there forever. So keep that in mind whenever you're making your decision. No problem, Emma. I love answering questions. So let's see if we have any ones over on the YouTube channel. What is the discount code for Letstrom, Rebecca? Afraid I'm not sure what you mean by that one. Letstrom's the journal that I use, but that's, I suppose that's probably going to be somewhere else. Julie, how did I learn to type and talk? By getting married. My husband is on the computer over here helping me out. My husband, John, and we couldn't figure out how to get a separate code for him, a separate name for him, and so he is currently Shelby. So say hello to my other half, my literal other half. He's doing a great job over there, especially since Webinar Jam decided to split this into 2 different chats for some reason. So yes, he's doing a great job. Melissa, is there a way to rewatch? Absolutely. For 48 hours after this workshop is done, you will have access to the replay. So you can come back, watch it any time, and definitely look into that. So yes, you definitely can rewatch. Nira, hi to your husband. Yes, well, he says hi back. All right, any other questions? All right, it looks like, I mean, if you have any other questions, pop them in, and if not, then I'm going to go ahead and say thank you everyone so much for coming today. I know there were some technical issues, but you guys are great for holding on and working with me through that. I know it can be a little bit of a bear sometimes, so I appreciate it, and I really hope that you take some of these techniques and really use them. There is more time to be had every day. There is more to be done every day, and it doesn't always have to feel rushed. It doesn't always have to be crazy. So try some of these techniques. Let me know how they work. Aerilis says, I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. Aerilis, what do you suggest to deal with the unexpected tasks that show up during the day? I feel some stuff I couldn't plan for in advance reduces my productivity just from lack of planning. Well, there's always going to be stuff like that. No matter what, there's always going to be, the craziness of just new stuff gets dumped on you. But to deal with that, I would say just work as best you can with what you do have, with what you know you do need to do. If you're able to make that more streamlined, more efficient, and you're able to not be so stressed about it, then your general attitude whenever you are tackling new and unexpected tasks will be a little bit more laid back, a little bit easier. It's not going to be so hard to juggle everything if you've already got the stuff that you did expect smoothed out and ready to go in a much more productive and easier fashion. Emma asks if you click on the pre-order link, will that give you the extras that I mentioned? Yes, absolutely. They're not listed on that particular page, but everything that I just listed, if you buy now, you will definitely get that on August 17th whenever the course goes live. Emma also says if you try to schedule that in, I try to schedule that in. If nothing comes up, I have some free time for fun stuff. That's a great idea. If you are someone who gets a lot of unexpected stuff all the time, I imagine that probably happens a lot when you have children, that suddenly things come up that you didn't expect. Try to just schedule that in. Maybe have it be a 30-minute block of time in your schedule that you have for unexpected or overflow tasks. And if nothing happens, then you have 30 minutes free to work on whatever you want. So great idea, Emma. That's definitely a great suggestion. All right. I think we are going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions or any other things that pop up after this workshop is closed, feel free to email me with your question. My email is shelby@littlecoffeefox.com. I'll go ahead and write that in the chat for you. So thank you guys so much for showing up today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you can go out there and take back control of some of that time. I hope you go and rock it. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all later.